What it is, mini lads, and welcome back to Comic Studio. And we got some really bad news that the ad pop-ups are going everywhere in the Comic Studio as well. According that the internet resets, that unfortunately we might able to be doing this again, but it's not possible. So, where today's video, we're going to be try to view this, or nothing is gonna be reviewing for some sort of an unmost the underrated comics like then whatever it is. So this is where we're going to be doing for some sort of stickman as well. Let's go for the random stickman even as possible. Let's do for the underrated as well. So I might going to be seeing for some sort of to check it out of this random stickman as well. That does pop out for some ads everywhere, unfortunately. So it has only one character, but there's nothing in the description to show up some spoilers because I recently blocked anything as well for something as well. So we're starting in always one character for around here. Simple one character, even for this. So once I just added the character, and most likely recently is going to be added for some other characters, could be for a little one. And most likely there could be for many more images as the items could be for only skateboard, a lucky block, and a chair, some unknown things as well for the scrapping things as well, a table and a mushroom from Mario or the Super Mario Bros. And there must be for some of the effects, and finally the backgrounds could be only one or two, which means this one, or everything is could be like this, or even anything is possible. But I really thought that must be for cloud of like this, for an unknown thing as well. Or even we shouldn't able to be finding out as well. And that must be the City of Nights, and added right over here. Or some kind of, I don't really think this isn't going to be for just like it is. There must be for nights all the way, but it has no submitted sprites everywhere, including all of those, including all of the categories for itself. And here's why we added one character, of course, and could it be this one eventually? Or even another one as the character itself. There must be two. And why won't you try for some kind of studio crossovers, and especially like an unknown thing as well? So let's just try to go for the cafe as well. Let's try to do for cozy cafe, which is absolutely for the most viewed of for some sort of the cozy cafe, like even really it was. And probably let's try the cafe, like given how pretty it was. It won't be taking a little bit of while, but we're going to remix with cozy cafe. Even this is absolutely for some sort of a remix as well, and some characters might able to be appearing a little bit sooner, and I'm probably sure we're gonna be using for some special or custom like those things as well. So what about we're going to be doing to add some underrated characters, but unfortunately they won't be appearing fast anymore, and I'm afraid this isn't going to be added for something that wasn't going to be. And so, well, unfortunately, the loads aren't going to be fast anymore, but that's slightly not gonna be very sure. That unfortunately, that unable to load fast from everywhere around the internet until further soon. As for 30 days, that might going to be for rolling faster for the internet, isn't going to be for such as the same. So once we absolutely appeared, has finally appeared for this, and let's just move on to another one as well. It loads slightly slower than ever. I'm probably sure that slightly refreshed resetted internet connection loads slower than I just never meant. It was probably slower than ever that I just never expected around here. So here's the one that I might going to be added something probably in the next clip. And so we added anything from the Cozy Cafe, like those characters aren't like Cookie Run characters as well, even for any of those things that probably sometimes that almost look like Stickman, and we just forgot to show up some spoilers, but unfortunately that doesn't seems to be very well as for Cozy Cafe. And even for a round of those things isn't going to be the place to be. So what about for researching like other kinds of probably like some people? And of course that doesn't gonna be for look the same as well, but I just chosen for some low quality characters like themselves or probably like anything but not. And nothing of course isn't going to be for so well. And recently added many characters as possible, but except these, and including the blank as well, I'm not gonna be worried that we might able to add some characters pretty sooner, as I cannot able to be explained for some sort of an unrated thing as well for the random Stickman Comic Studio. So especially like those Stickmen, like anything as well, even I'm unable to add more for especially like them as well. And thankfully that will be the end of this video, and we're going to be showing you for some user comics. Is it going to be for something as well? There's only one left. Not two, but it's absolutely a while ago, but unfortunately it's not making in progress as well. And of course, that was very underrated as hell, and could be for one comic also. This is where that we just looked for only one comic and in the last video. So even it's gonna be really possible that I shouldn't able to be making some. So I could be without done like anything as well, but I couldn't able to be searching for Supreme Stickman Comic Studio. But the next video could be for the so underrated Stickman Comic Studio, and probably that will be it as well. So if you like to check it out of this comic studio, but I possibly not as well, to take here for some over 5 minutes as well. Overall, that added a lot of characters, isn't that I just would expect. And I cannot believe we shouldn't absolutely added more cookies like whenever before as well, even for some kinds of characters by itself. But I just gotta be looking here from comic studios like here for, and I just try to do finding out as well, and many more backgrounds as possible. And it does not appear for so a little bit far as well, as too many background images is gonna be what, but I don't really think there must be too many images as well in this comic studio, like anything as well, and not so much more wasn't gonna be pretty waiting for as well. So just in case we have just turned the spoilers on and we're looking for something different with actually for ourselves to find out, but I'm not pretty sure we're not going to be added something as well due to a lack of loading images as fast as possible, but it's not properly as well, and that wasn't going to be for its final mistake as well. And even that, it's not gonna load as very hard as well, and it was actually so weak that my internet connection did. So that will be all for today, and we got him. Found us for some sort of a village or the city as well, even like them as well, and probably that should be for made from paint as well. And even from around here as we took here for a really long time as well, so it's not gonna be a long time for even as possible. We added a stickman over here, and it wasn't gonna be pretty possible as well. We have a stickman over here in this city, but I just aren't able to try to add more of those. And that will be the end of this video for today. And if you like to check it out of this underrated comic studio, the link is gonna be in the description. But it contains ad pop-ups. As for too much, or isn't gonna be for really something as sponsored like this as well. In case it's just using for this ad blocker or anything as well, for around here is recommended to block everything as well for to do this as well. And thanks for watching, for all your support, and don't forget it was in description and including for the main website to browse some comics, but in case that it contains ad pop-ups as well. And that will be it as well for that. I just really think so, as I probably should to browse some comics like anywhere as well to do so. Thanks for watching, for all your support, and I'll be see you many lads and comic studio users all later, as I'll be signing off to be see you in 2 days.